Hello, my friends. Good to see you this morning for another day of counting the Omer. Just want to make sure everything is going. It is wonderful. So let us begin today, as we do so many days, with prayers of gratitude, starting with the words of Modah or Modeh. Good to see you. Oops. Modeh or Modah Ani. I am thankful for this day. I am thankful before you, living and enduring sovereign, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Great is your faithfulness. We are well into we're still toward the beginning, actually, of our 6th week of the Omer, this journey from a place of narrowness to a place of expanse, a place of just barely making it from Egypt to envisioning a better future. I know a lot of us are thinking right now about the fact that we just hit the yellow tier of COVID and how that means that there are so many more things that are opening up, that our numbers are going lower. And we hope it stays this way. We know that Oregon, we know that Washington, their numbers are going way up right now. And so we're just praying that their numbers go down and that ours continue to do so. But as we do, we think about, what does the path ahead actually look like? Do we want to return to what it was before? The busyness of going from activity to activity, the busyness of working so fast and doing so many things that we don't have time to sit. We don't have as much time with the people we love. We don't have as much time to reflect on things the way perhaps some of us have been able to in this past year. And so we try to envision what we want this future to look like for each of us. Perhaps going back isn't the way, but rather going forward to something that brings in the learnings from this past year and that can enhance our very beings. Before we go into this day of the Omer, let us say together this blessing for counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom Shmona u'shloshim yom shehem chamisha shavuot u'shlosha yamim la'omer. Today is 38 days, which is 5 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. Before I go into a piece that I brought for today, I just want to welcome all of you who are here right now. Oh, that's a shame. Facebook is not allowing me to see anyone at the moment on my phone. Well, I'm sorry that is the case. Oh, there we go. There's everyone. Sarah and Jay, it's great to see you. And Tina and Eve, and I know there are so many more people here, but I just can't see who they are. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Susan. Good morning, Boker Tov. It's such a pleasure to be with you. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Riva. It's lovely to see you and to be in just sacred community with you as we continue our journey toward the holiday of Shavuot, which is coming up so quickly. So today's teaching that I want to go to is by someone who I find to be really, really inspirational. Her name is Valerie Carr, and I've spoken about her before, not in this context, but in a sermon several months ago about the revolutionary power of love. But she offered a speech, and in it, she was talking about what happened right after 9/11. She's Sikh. She had a grandfather who was Sikh, who came to the country and who was sometimes treated with contempt for being different because of the color of his skin. And after 9/11, she spoke about the heavy feeling of racism that was going on in our country, of a country that was mourning the loss of life. She had someone who she called uncle who was killed because he was wearing a turban and someone mistook him for a terrorist. She spoke about the darkness that she felt in a world that can sometimes be really cruel and hate-filled and ignorant to the realities of people who are outside of one's circle. But what she began to do in this speech, which has been shared on social media and in so many places, I don't even know how many times, and I've watched it at least a half dozen times, if not more, is a speech in which she says that perhaps the darkness that we're experiencing isn't the darkness of the tomb, but rather the darkness of the womb. So I'd like to share her words with you. What if the darkness is not the darkness of the tomb, but the darkness of the womb? What if our America is not dead, but a country that is waiting to be born? What if the story of America is one long labor? What if all of our grandfathers and grandmothers are standing behind us now, those who survived occupation and genocide, slavery and Jim Crow, detention and political assault? What if they're whispering in our ear today, tonight, you are brave? What if this is our nation's great transition? What does the midwife tell us to do? Breathe and then push, because if we don't push, we will die. If we don't push, our nation will die. Tonight we breathe, tomorrow we labor in love, through love. And your revolutionary love is the magic we will show our children. We live in a world, as we know, that is filled with too much racism, too much hatred, too much misogyny, too much of so many things, transphobia, homophobia. There's so many kinds of hate in our world, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming. Sometimes we might feel, what can I do as one person? What can we do? Is this ever going to get better? We might feel despair. But Valerie Carr's words, I think, are a beacon of vision and a beacon of hope. That at times when things are bad, there is an opportunity for growth. We see this in so many ways throughout our Omer journey. So many teachings have related exactly to that fact, that from places of challenge are places of opportunity. And perhaps these words on this week filled with trying to find vision can inspire us to see these challenges as opportunities, as many of us have tried to do, to better understand our sisters and brothers of all colors and sexualities, of all ages and backgrounds, who speak all different kinds of languages. Perhaps this is an opportunity for us to truly understand and to try to move our country forward with love, with revolutionary love and understanding. Because if we keep that at our core, that can serve us so well. Yesterday, I was speaking at the Catholic Jewish Women's Conference. That's not the name of it, but that's essentially what it was. And I was asked at the very end, what is the most central teaching in Judaism? And I said, love your neighbor as yourself. Indeed, those are the words that when there was a man who came to, there was a man who, as we know, came to a rabbi saying, tell me everything there is to know about Judaism while standing on one foot. And Rabbi Shammai said, absolutely not. That's an insult to our tradition that I should tell you something in just one pithy statement. Go away. I want nothing to do with you. And Rabbi Hillel said, essentially, love your neighbor as yourself. He said, do not do to others as you wouldn't want them to do unto you. Now, the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. And I think that Rabbi Hillel was right, that that is indeed the central tenet of our faith, that the reason that the Exodus story, that this Passover journey is so important in our tradition, the reason that we go through this counting of the Omer, getting ourselves ready for Mount Sinai, and that we start with the story of the Exodus, is that we need to remember what it is to be strangers. We need to remember what it is to really look into the eye of a fellow human being and to see something that is sacred and to treat one another with love. And so that's my vision, and I believe that it is yours as well. At least I hope so. It's certainly a collective vision that we share. Today, I have a question that's not quite fully related, but still I think could be helpful on this journey. Who might you reach out to when you need courage, or who can remind you of your own strength? For me, listening to Valerie Carr's words can do that. Who are the people who can do that for you? And finally, this morning, I know I got a little preachy there, that's okay, is to turn to our Misha Berach prayer, our prayer of healing, our prayer in hopes that every single person in this world who is in need of healing of mind, healing of body, or healing of spirit can feel the love that these words, that this prayer brings, and to feel a sense of repair in listening to them. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Misha Berach Avotenu, Misha Berach Imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. I hope everyone has a day filled with blessings. Today we have coffee talk. So if you want to have some coffee, or if not, some tea, some water, whatever it is, and join me for coffee talk for a conversation later today, you're of course very welcome to do that. And tomorrow we'll come back for another day of counting the Omer.